TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Christine Stanwood. A woman is being treated at the hospital after another suspected drug overdose this morning. Emergency crews were called to the Quality Inn on 14th Avenue South around 3 this morning for a woman in medical distress. Police aren't sure if the antidote Narcan was used, but we do know a man was saved by paramedics who administered Narcan after a suspected heroin overdose in the parking lot of the Moorhead Taco Bell last night. Officials say the man was found in a parked car. In the month of March, FM Ambulance said it used Narcan 10 times in overdose cases, the most ever for a month. Wisconsin primary results are giving Democrat Bernie Sanders and the Republican Stop Trump movement new momentum. NBC's Hallie Jackson reports.
Both frontrunners now fighting back after slipping to second place in Wisconsin. On the Republican side, Ted Cruz making the case this is a turning point.
It is a rallying cry.
A landslide win for him and a much needed one for the Never Trump movement. Its members fresh off a private meeting with donors and business leaders in New York, plotting out a state-by-state delegate strategy to keep Trump from the number he needs to lock down the nomination.
What does this mean for the Stop Trump movement as this race turns eastward now?
Well, I think it's huge for Ted's efforts. I think it's a momentum shift.
Cruz hoping to carry enough of that momentum east to beat Donald Trump on his home turf, New York, with Trump already predicting victory there, calling Cruz a Trojan horse being used by the party bosses attempting to steal the nomination. Cruz, like rival John Kasich, ready for a contested convention.
Either before Cleveland or at the convention in Cleveland, together we will win a majority of the delegates, and together we will beat Hillary Clinton in November.
On the Democratic side, it's Bernie Sanders on a hot streak.
We have now won 7 out of 8 of the last caucuses and primaries. And we have won almost all of them with overwhelming landslide numbers.
He's taking a victory lap and eyeing Clinton in New York. She still leads big in delegates while taking veiled swipes at Sanders and more explicit ones at Donald Trump.
I wish he'd get out of one of his towers and actually walk the streets.
The next primaries take place in New York on Tuesday, April 19th. The Mandan Police Department is asking for help finding a missing woman. They say 23-year-old Kara Jane Logg was last seen on March 30th by her father. There is concern for her welfare because she was recently in an accident where she was injured after falling from a moving car. Police say Logg was last seen wearing black pants, a shirt, and jacket. She is described as 5'7", 180 pounds. She has, like we mentioned, black hair and brown eyes. And if you have any information on Kara Logg, please contact the Mandan Police Department. The number is listed in our story online. Blue Stem announces their summer concert series. The series kicks off May 19th with a 60s sensation featuring Peter Noon of Herman's Hermits, the Fab Four, and the Lovin' Spoonful. So who else should you expect to see this year? Some of the top names are Bret Michaels, Brandi Carlile, Boyz II Men, and Weird Al. That's just to name a few. If you'd like to see a full list of the artists performing this year, or you want to buy tickets to these shows, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. A Minnesota family is pushing for a new law that would allow access to someone's cell phone and digital accounts after that person's death. Christy and Bill Anderson lost their son Jake in 2013. Since then, have struggled to gain access to his accounts. The family is now helping create a law that would allow one person access to digital data of the deceased. Opponents of the bill are concerned about privacy. And we saw a few flakes this morning in the valley, but can we expect any more precipitation this afternoon? Let's check in with meteorologist Robert Hahn. Robert?
As we head through the rest of the afternoon, cloudy skies, and eventually later on this evening into tonight, we will see more precipitation in the form of some rain in parts of the valley. We'll see some snow. We've had temperatures holding fairly steady as we've gone through the morning and now into the early afternoon hours, in the 30s across the region. 33 in Bemidji, 36 a common number in Thief River Falls, Crookston, Grand Forks, and Fergus Falls. 36 also down in Sisseton, 1 degree better than that, 37 here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Winds have been gusty, especially over the southern half of the valley, and that's what we're going to continue to see at least for the next few hours. And then the winds will slowly subside for a while before kicking back up as we head through tomorrow morning and into tomorrow afternoon, even windier as we head through the day tomorrow. Those winds are creating some wind chills, about 5 to 10 degrees colder than the air temperature that we have right now. Precipitation-wise, we're right in the middle. Precip that we had earlier this morning, a few snow showers have moved off towards the east, more off towards the west, and that's part of what we'll be moving in later this evening. Could even hear a few rumbles of thunder later on this evening. Tomorrow, some rain and some snow, especially early on in the day, and then some improving conditions to wrap up the week. And we'll have your forecast details on all that coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Robert. If you're like many, eager for the warmer seasons to roll in, a new survey shows the perfect time to plan your summer vacation. Today, TripAdvisor released their best time to book report. The report finds the best time to book a hotel in the summer depends on the region or city where you're looking to visit. If you're traveling within the U.S., hotel prices stay fairly consistent, but travelers booking within 2 months of their summer trip could see savings of 7% on their hotel. And if you're thinking about staying in Europe, the report suggests you book 3 to 5 months out, saving about 22%. A warning for high school girls looking for a deal on that got-to-have designer prom dress. If you're shopping online for a dress, you could be exposed to brand jackers selling counterfeit dresses masked as desired designer gowns. Brand protection firm Mark Monitor says prices should be consistent across all authorized retailers. So if you think that price is too good to be true, that's a red flag. Also be sure to check the spelling of the website. Fraudsters are known to buy online domain names that have slight misspellings of a brand name to trick customers into buying from their site. Walmart pledges to switch to cage-free eggs by 2025. The nation's largest retailer says it will require egg suppliers to adopt an industry standard for treating their hens. Suppliers will also need compliance monitored by a third party. The cage-free standard will apply to eggs sold at both Walmart and Sam's Club stores. Walmart's announcement comes almost a year after it urged thousands of U.S. suppliers to curb the use of antibiotics in farm animals. And of course, remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook to follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed all day. Some say it can feel like a heart attack. Still to come, what's causing those chest pains and shortness of breath. But next, whether to plan your day.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley News Live.